Hello again. Welcome back. Part 2. This time we'll try to get through the About and the Portfolio sections. So last time I left off, I was being a bit of an idiot trying to move this text. So I was using margin, but using the shorthand. So I was applying the margin to all four sides when all I wanted to do was push it from the top. So I was being a bit of an idiot. So where did we leave off then? We had the text pushed off to the right, which is fine on this size of screen, but we're going to see as we go down the screen sizes, it's still saying, well, yes, there's space for me on the right, but I have to start further and further to the left. So we're going to correct that by taking this out altogether. Now, Bootstrap is based on 12 columns. Every screen is split into 12 columns. So we can use it for layout. All I'm going to say is, I want you to start displaying the text after 5 columns. Now, we could have gone for 6, but I think it wraps my text. We don't want that. I don't want that. So I'm going to say, ignore the first 5 columns and then display the text. But now we'll see, even when we go down screen sizes, it still says, no, you told me ignore the first 5 and then display. And we can see it even if we go down to mobile size. You'll see it still ignores that left hand side of the screen, and the lineup works quite well. It stays out of the graphic and on the white background. So I'm happy with that. Now, the other thing we said was we were messing with margins. I was being a fool. So a hunt through the Bootstrap documentation tells us that there are Flexbox utilities. I still can't type. So using the Flexbox, we have align classes, and we can align items. Let's say align items end. We know normally that pushes things to the right, but here it pushes things to the bottom. Again, the problem we now have is when people arrive on our page, there's nothing. We have a nav bar, but it's kind of a picture, and it will keep that even if we go small. Then it still pushes things down to the bottom. So not fantastic, but easily solved. Instead of saying go to the end, we just say go to the middle. So now it works out the middle point from top to bottom of container, which in our case is a 50 rem Jumbotron, a picture container, image container. And again, it will keep that working out where's the top, where's the bottom. I need to be in the middle all the way down the sizes. And we're going to look more at this Bootstrap grid, especially in the next sections. So there we go. I'm much happier with that. The text now starts beyond the graphic, or beyond the objects in the graphic, and it will always place itself in the middle point. of the container. So great, let's crack on then. Our next part was bio. It changed slightly. All I've done is add, well, I changed the font, but all I've done is add some colours to the other sections. I find it very, very useful trying to work out what is being positioned where. Give it a background colour. Okay, and we had them as jumbotrons. Now, for me, jumbotron says big screen, video, or hero image. So we might want to call it a container. But one thing we're going to see is, yeah, this happens. We now have no margin or padding between the sections. This jumbotron has given us, okay, the next thing to appear I want pushed off by whatever that is, a centimetre or so, whatever that is in pixels. But as we split to container, you see it's lost between the bio and the portfolio section. We have no spacing. What it has done though is bring us in off of the sides. So what we're going to do is undo that, go back to a jumbotron. Oh, I might also mention, it's probably very hard to see on this screen, but the basic jumbotron takes the width of its container with these rounded corners. If we were to tag fluid on the end, it's much the same thing, but it takes all the available space. And again, we've lost that margin, but we have no rounded corners, it just fills the viewport. So I don't really want that. So I'm going to go back to jumbotron. And we're going to do the bio section. So first and foremost, we're going to want, we're going to want a row in there. Or are we? Actually, we're going to want two rows. First and foremost, we might want actually a header. So let's say header to, I don't know, about the author, about the creator. There we go. Let's do that away. And beneath that then we'll have a row. We saw on our example that we had a text blurb and a photograph. So we're going to want two different things. And you want them both to appear in the same row. So this is going to be where the Bootstrap column, the grid, comes into play. So I can say, okay, I want, and we'll give it an ID, just of blurb, just for the sake of it. I want my text to take up 8 of the 12 columns. And close that off. And next to that, I want another container, but I only want it to take up the remaining 4 columns. We'll also give that an ID, just for the sake of it. We'll just say me. It's going to be a picture of me, isn't it? There we go. Oh, I haven't set this up quite properly. Hang on, I'll be pausing the video. I will be back. Okay, we are back again. I was just opening up some more tabs that we're probably going to need. So we've said blurb. Obviously it's going to be I'm a front-end developer, or I'm a whatever, a bit about you. In our case, I'm just going to use some lorem ipsum. And there's lots of different generators out there. You don't have to use the Latin. There's a very good Samuel L. Jackson one. So you can whack that in there. We will wrap it in p tags. Makes life easier to style. There we go. And the image, we are just going to throw the image straight in the HTML image source is going to be now if you know where your pictures are, then you can use them. For the sake of this, I'm just going to use my CodePen avatar there. Is that me? There we go. So, quick and nasty about the author. The images also have classes in Bootstrap. So for instance, it's giving us just that basic square. So we can say, is it just rounded? Ah, there we go, it rounded our corners. We can also say rounded circle. And it applies a border radius of 100%. So there we go, a nice round circle. What, there was something else. Oh yes, that image is very small. Let's see what happens if we took a larger image. Let's see. Okay. If we take that and we pop it in there, what happens? Ooh, there we go. It applies, but it's still huge. So instead of messing with sizes, again, we have a class. So we can just say image thumbnail. We want it smaller, we want it to be a thumbnail. So let's just say that. And there we go. We have our image thumbnail. The thumbnail gives it that, what's that, 3 pixels maybe? The white border around the edging. If you didn't want that, then you could just say image fluid. And again, it follows the same idea as we saw with Jumbotron. It will try to size itself to the space. And here you can see that spacing. We've said 8 columns for text, 4 columns for image. So that works relatively well. It kind of looks okay. What happens when we go down the sizes though? That's not so hot. It's still trying to apply our 8 columns and 4 columns. This is where the built-in breakpoints are going to come in handy. So instead of just saying, I want you to be 8 columns and 4 columns, no matter the size, we can say when you get to a small screen size or larger, then I want you to lay out 2/3, 1/3, 8 and 4. So on my laptop, I obviously need small. There we go, we have our 2/3, 1/3, 8 and 4 make 12. But when we go smaller, so now instead of trying to lay things side by side, 2/3 and 1/3, it now stacks vertically. Because I don't have enough room to do this, Ross. So I'm going to move, instead of side by side, I'll display things vertically. So not bad. I'm not so sure about the image at the bottom. I think I would rather have the image come before the text. Now in HTML there's a very, very easy way to do that, which is oops, too much. It reads sequentially. So what we can do is we can just take that out of there. Where is it? There's my row. And put it before the text. Aha! There we are, about the author, a picture, and then my blurb. But you probably just noticed we now have picture and then text. I don't want that. I think it looked better the other way. So off we go, and this took far longer than it should have. If we were using Bootstrap 3 to reorder things, then we could use the push and pull. You saw me use the pull right earlier, or in the last video. So you can see this is written first, but it comes last because I've pushed it 8 columns to the right. This one was written second, but it appears first because I've pulled it 4 columns left. Great! In Bootstrap 4, we've changed that. We can now just say, well, I want this one to appear first, and I want that one to appear last. And we can see the source there. So there we are. I have a column that's 4 columns wide, 4 columns wide and 4 columns wide, but I want the first one pushed 8 to the right. I want these ones pulled 4 to the left. In Bootstrap 4 we could use the flex last, so push it out to the end, flex first, pull it to the beginning of the row, and anything in between is unordered. This is great, except Bootstrap 4 has been updated. You can copy and paste this into CodePen, into my current page. It won't actually work. A wonderful, wonderful thing. If you go looking for Bootstrap documentation, make sure that you're using the correct one. So we add version 4 and version 4. I spent about an hour using various flex and push and pull, and I was applying them to every element that I could think on without anything working. So instead, it's hopefully in here. We see our stack. There we have some alignment stuff. Oh, we're going to be interested in this one. We are going to be interested in that one for my image. So let's just do that while we're here actually. Let's go back, our image. Where is it? That's it. If I say to align self-center, there we go. Again, it tries to find the center of its containing row. Now, not the container, not the Jumbotron, because we have it within a row with the text. So it's taking the top as here and the bottom as here, or maybe a little more if there's a little bit of padding. So it will try to find the center point of the row to display itself. Anyway, that is not what we were looking for. We were looking for ordering, which hopefully is in here. Oh, there we go. In the latest update of Bootstrap 4, it's no longer flex first, it is order first. Ah, there it is there. There we go. Looking at the wrong thing. We can push them just by giving column numbers order 12. So push the second division, the second container, to the end. But we can just use order first and order last, as we've already seen. So back we go. Nice and easy. We want our image to come last. Oh, what have I done? Oh, that overtyped. So what about now? Ah, well that didn't work, Ross. Well, that didn't work. I've gone wrong somewhere. Ah, because we don't have order last, we have order first. You idiot. Let's try that again by applying it to the text that we actually want moved. Now, text and image the way we want it, but when we go smaller, the image has gone back to the bottom because we've said, no, I want the text first. Again, we just add that breakpoint information. When it's small or larger, I want the text to come first. But when it's small, I want the image and then tell them about me. So there's a quick way for throwing together the bio section. We can reorder how the image and text is displayed. We can change how the image itself displays using those rounded circle. We can even order its size using fluid or using thumbnail. Okay, so I'm going to want circle in there. I will be changing this again. In fact, let's just do it now. Take that location, change it so it's a picture of me. There we go. I can make you smaller just to check. And there. Okay, we're going to have to do some changes with the with the positioning when it goes down. But you can see that the vertical alignment is fine. We'll just have to fix its horizontal alignment. What we could probably do is just use, if a line is vertical, then is justify horizontal. I'm not sure, I haven't tried this. Doesn't look like it. It certainly doesn't look like it, Ross. No. We might have to mess with the deflex prefix up here. Anyway, it gives us a good basis to start with. So we can skip over that now. Oh no, there was one more thing. We spoke earlier about the Jumbotron taking up the full size. We might want that to be a bit smaller. So what I'm going to do is make the section a container, and then I'm going to create a Jumbotron within that section, within that container, sorry. So then become, I'm pretty sure I'm missing it. Div row, yes, we need another div in there. To close the row, to close the Jumbotron, to close the section. We should now be, there we go. It's brought us in a bit off the sides as well. So the next section is the portfolio. Well, the important part, let's face it, the important part. So I'm going to want it to match the width of the above. So let's just make that a container. And then create the Jumbotron within it so that we still have that spacing. Is that going to do that actually? It seems to be. We'll find out in a second. Close that. We're going to find out in a second. Does it keep the spacing between? Yes, it did. Fantastic. Okay. So again, we want some kind of header, I suppose. My portfolio. How about that? You can close that off. And we're going to create, I'm only going to create one row within here. There's a row, and there is the row closed. There we are. Now again, Bootstrap 4, they've changed some of the names. In Bootstrap 3, there was something called wells, where you could contain well, it made sense, like a car dashboard or the console near the handbrake. You have wells to keep change, cup holders, things like that you can put things in. So that made sense. But in Bootstrap 4, they have called it card. So it's no longer a well, it's a card. Which to me makes even more sense. But then we are making a portfolio. So we're displaying our work on cards. Anyway, Ross, stop blabbering and get on with it. So we want a class then of card. Fantastic, there we go, we have card. Let's close it. And as they're being sensible, then we can basically add things as we like. So we probably want to have a picture at the top of our card. So we can tell it that its class is card image top. And we tell it the image, obviously. Again, we're just going to take this for now. If you have images of your work, then fantastic. If not, just try and find something on Google Image and you can whack them in there as placeholders. So there we go, we've got an image. What else are we going to want? Well, we could just leave. Let's have a look at the card. Okay. What else are we going to want? We're going to want some text. We want to tell people what it is that they are actually looking at. So that's the card. Within the card, then, we are going to want something else, and it's going to be card block. There we go, and we can close that off as well. Okay, in our card block, what do we want? Well, we want to tell them the name of the project. So it's going to be another class, which is card title. Our card title will be, what are we going to do? Well, let's say it's the tribute page that we've already built. Yeah, we want to showcase that. So there we go. And throw in the tribute page. What else do we want to tell them? You might want to give it a card subtitle. And we'll say it's the FreeCodeCamp basic. Oh, FreeCodeCamp. We say basic. Let's just say front end project. There we go. How about that? Okay. And we're also going to want to give it some kind of text. Oh, wait a minute. Why did I do that? They're headings, Ross. So make them headings. Why did I do that? There we go. Let's go 4 and 6. Alright. So we're also going to want some text blurb in between. So it's going to be text. It's going to be a paragraph. What can we say? What can we say? Simple tribute page to a famous person. Something else that we can do is we want to link out to it. So you could wrap the image in the link, so they click on the image and they're taken away. But we can also class, and it is a card link. There we go. And we're going to tell it to go wherever it is that we are going to go. So we can take that off. Alright, so I cannot spell. What the hell's a catted card? Right. So we've created a card. We've said we want a picture at the top of it. We have given it a title of a tribute page. We have given it a subtitle of a FreeCodeCamp front end project, and we've said a little bit of blurb below it. Actually, I'm just going to add what it has been built with. So what did we use? We used HTML and Bootstrap. Right, how about that then? And at the bottom, we're giving them a link out. What have we got? Picture, title, subtitle, and a little bit of blurb. We can see the card is taking all of the available space, but we have already seen that we can control the sizes of things. And keep selecting things. So let's say call SM, and we'll go for 5 for now. We'll go for 5. I like 5. There we are, that's kind of working. Our image is terrible, but we know that we can affect the sizes of those two. Let's go up there and say we want it smaller, so let's say we want it to be a thumbnail. Well, there we go, that's getting much better. Alright. So we can take all of that again. Actually, if I fold that, does it make it easier to copy? So to copy that, go to the end, come down, and go back in. Alright. Now what have we got? We've said 2. Hey, we now have 2 cards. Something I should have done before I copied. I did want the subtitle to be a little bit different from the title. I mean, we've changed its size, but then it kind of runs into the text. So, where is our subtitle? There it is. So let's look. We can say text subdued. Oh, we're going to change this. It's a different project. If you have one, I do happen to have something else that I can show, which is a live website for a hotel on a small island. And there it is there. So I'm just going to take that image and hope that it will display. Where is it? There we are, over there. So it's a live website. It is simple. No, it's not. It's web presence for a small Andaman resort, providing what? Providing information. You can book a room on it through a third party, but the booking can be done from the website. And contact page, contact page, but there we go. And the technology or the stack or the whatever you want to call it was very easy because I needed it quickly. It was WordPress and the Elementor page builder type thing. So now what have we got? Yay! We can see there was more content in the second one, but the first one has also sized itself. Did I miss something? Oh, text subdued. Ross, where did you get subdued from? Ha ha! Muted, you twonk. There, that's much more like, that's what I was trying to achieve. That's what I was trying to achieve. Okay. So, the gutter between them, the spacing between them, it's not really fantastic, is it? And everything's squeezed to the left. Well, starts on the left as you would expect. So, we are going to want to change a couple of things in here, mainly about the spacing, which is, where is it going to be? It's the row that we want to change, isn't it? I hope so. I hope that it's the row we want to change. And we want to say justify content. Now we know justify content end. This is what we used up here to push everything to the right. There is it this one? There is an around option. Aha, there we go, around. So it tries to give us some even spacing all around each individual element. So there was that. Where is something happened to our links? Am I not supposed to have a link at the bottom of these cards? What did I do with it? Let's try and unfold that one. Image, and it's a thumbnail. We have a block, we have a title, a subtitle, we want to look differently. Oh, it helps if you put something in there to actually display Ross. You fool. There we go. There we go. How about now? Super. Yes? Yes, there we go. We have our text appearing. We do also have another option there, if I can remember it. Not a link. What is the other one? Is it button, 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 success. Bottom button. Hi. 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 And why are you putting a dash in there, Ross? Right. Button success. Is that how you do it? There we go. We can make the links buttons instead of just a text link. You can whack the button classes in there. And all that success does, it's a colouring. So if we said primary, success was the green button, primary is blue. What else? Oh, we said column was small or larger. I want you to be 5, so 5 columns wide. So again, if we go smaller, it says, oh, I don't have that room, so I'm going to stack them vertically. Another great thing about that is that we can actually include multiple styling options. So let's say at small I want you to be 5, but at medium I want you to be 4. Let's take that out. Not take it out, but copy it. Okay, so back up. There we are. So at small 5, but at medium 4. And let's add some more cards in. It's much easier if I fold this up, isn't it? And just copy a line. So copy that. Fold that one up as well. Alright. And we'll throw it in there. Well, let's throw another one in. There we go. So we should now have 4 cards. Let's go small and we'll find out about my portfolio. So there we are, tribute page, my live website, a tribute page. But we gave them different. So this is an extra small. When we get to small, hopefully I haven't bumped my resolution quite as high as last time. There we go, okay. So it's saying I have enough space now. I can now display these as being 5 of the current columns wide, horizontally. But we then also said at medium size, we now can display 3. And we could add another one. At large size, I want each card to be, I don't know, 2 columns wide. So as we have that extra real estate, we can display more and more information across one row. One other thing before I finish off, because this is pretty much all that we needed. We have our basic bio section, just some styling. We have some cards to display our work. We looked at ordering. We looked at ordering before. So our tribute page, I can manipulate HTML. Do we really want that in prime position, front and foremost? Whereas I have an actual active website. Again, we could do the copy, paste, move things over. Or we could use, what have I done with it? Oh, I minimized it again. We already saw that we can make things go to the beginning. Well, there we are. Instead of being listed further down as I've thought on it and entered the HTML block, later I can decide, oh no, I want this to have prime #1 spot. This is the thing I'm proudest of. So we whack that order first class on there. Okay, I'll display it first. Was there something else? Oh yeah, that was what it was. While we're in that very one, we've said that we were going to display an image. What I can actually do, I'll just copy that out for now. I can embed the actual web page. I'm hoping. So that's going to be the source. We have to tell it what it is first. Oh, let's go over there. We can close that off. Now, go back and tell it what it actually is. So, its type is going to be HTML because it's a web page. And oh, I've said source. It's not source, it's data. And come on, Ross, it works just like image or an anchor tag, I should say. How about now? Oh, look, my website is in there. The whole thing has been embedded in my portfolio. And the animation works and everything. And I can book a room. Well, isn't that good? Oh. Again, you may or you may not want this. It's brought things down to a reasonable size, but we have our scroll bars. Obviously, a web page is a lot bigger than a thumbnail. So you might want to look at overflow options. Can we remove the scroll bars? Maybe you just want a thumbnail up there. Oh, also, you can see that slight difference. Our images, we made thumbnails with the small white border. The embedded object doesn't have that. So you're going to have to mess with styling if that's an option that you're going to consider. Anyway, I think that was all that I wanted to say in this video. We have done the next two sections. So the last part is going to be our contact page, and maybe some more little bits of styling. We can change, we have the icons, we can change the color, change the position. Oh, that was it actually, yeah. I'm not happy with this, the menu bar being obscured. So I think we're going to look at collapsing that into, we're going to look at collapsing that into this, basically. We're going to do that on the portfolio page. But that is going to be another video. So thanks very much. If you've picked anything up, then great. If not, well, you saw me messing around with things. So, see you later.